Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. We are back here at the ballroom where we have made a few adjustments here and there, mainly to this section because we needed a way in order to access the cistern, which is going to be what we are going to be doing today. Now, we go down here, this leads to the other end here, and the cistern will go right here. So therefore, right behind where that is. Now the first thing we're going to need to do, of course, is to cut out the area where the cistern will be placed. In the original module, the cistern is an odd shape and the corridors going around it have a little bit of a have diagonals and all sorts of that looping around it. So I have straightened that out a little bit in order to fit more with a version that works with Minecraft. So, and we'll put this here and here. Now another thing to note is that I have seen the videos on the latest snapshot and all. And of course the update aquatic is coming around. And one of the things that is coming out will be stairs and slabs for prismarine. And with all the prismarine that I've got in here, that is going to work out very, very well with my system in there. So therefore, we will be happy on that particular endeavor. Now, what I'm not happy about, though, is that snapshots aren't working on my system. I don't know what's going on or what, but whenever I attempt to run a snapshot, it just crashes immediately. Doesn't even have time to put out a crash report. So, therefore, I'm going to have to troubleshoot that and find out what it is. Hopefully, it's just snapshots, because if it's anything to do with the new version, then as soon as we go to 1.13, I'm going to be in trouble. So I have to find out what it is that's not working right, and is there a way to deal with it. And if it's just snapshots, then everything's going to be fine when they come out with the full version, all great and good. Now I should note that I have no trouble bringing up some older versions of Minecraft or anything like that. It's just that snapshots around the 1.13 vintage that they crash out Minecraft. The layout for this room will be to have a divider, probably prismarine brick, that will go right up here. Now on this side we will have, now long-term plan, of course, would be to have prismarine stairs here, either prismarine or prismarine brick stairs. But unfortunately, we don't have them yet. So instead, I'm going to substitute stone brick for the moment. And that's going to go down into the cistern there, and then we'll have the cisterns right there. Actually, I think what we could do then is to have then a gradual fall down, because the idea then, of course, cisterns is that they are going to have a little bit deep in there. Then we can go half a step down on there. Good. And I think right after that, everything else then will be on the base floor level that's below it. And we could switch that to prismarine then, since obviously prismarine is the primary texture that I'm looking for in here. Well, prismarine or prismarine brick, something in the prismarine family, since I think that's what will be appropriate for this particular setting. Oh boy, it's getting dark in here, isn't it? I better throw a couple of torches in here. There you go, there you go. I will of course use sea lanterns for the lighting in various places so that we could obviously have things visible. Now let's see. Let's bring some prismarine down here. Good. And wait a moment. Actually, what I really want to do is probably just use stone brick there. And then, alright, I think that will be, so therefore it starts, yeah, I think that will be better. Yeah, because I think that was a little bit too on the gradual side. Yes, so therefore that's what I'll do. I'll just take this out, replace it with, might as well just replace it with prismarine then. Alright, we'll do that, but we'll drop down one more level, because we're going to be having water in here, and obviously we're going to have quite a bit of water. Now the question is, what, I guess one plan then could just to make it deeper. I mean, who cares if the water is a little bit deeper, since we can still get out, and we'll probably just have, yeah, that's the idea. We have one corner here where we can get out if needed. But I think we should go about another meter deep. Yes, so we'll have this here. Good. And then we'll have this here. Have that there. Have that there. So that's 1, 2. So how many meters deep would this be? Okay, so this is the level of the floor. Good. So we are, so this is floor level right here. So that is only 1 meter deep. Yeah, we need to go down another meter. There we go. Now we have a little access way here. A nice large area in which to hold water. I'm using prismarine here. But over here I'm going to be using prismarine brick for the sides that are readily seen from the back. So let me take all of this out. Yeah, let's go at least one more. Yeah, let's just go all the way up for here. Take out the stone and the variants on that, and just replace it with prismarine brick and see how that looks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there. And thought I had some extra brick around here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Yes, right in my inventory. Good. And up here, trying to get to fit in easily. Okay, good. And no, we don't need that up there. Good. That looks off center. That's what that looks. So therefore, I'm going to just have to have 2 of them, just so that doesn't look offset. Unfortunately, we're dealing with an even number here, so we're going to have to live with duplicates. I decided to separate the 2 sea lanterns instead, because we are going to be needing to work with water flowing down, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have an input for the water, which is going to be flowing down, and I wanted that to come down through the middle there, so therefore having the lanterns there just didn't work. Besides, now the lanterns go well with the level in the water up on the ceiling. Now I started running out of prismarine, so therefore I decided to use a stone brick out here. Not too sure I really like the look at the prismarine the stone brick stairs here, but I'll live with that for the moment. I don't think there is much choice there, at least not until 1.13 comes out. So therefore, this is the cistern, but of course, we need to add water. I decided that there will be a high priest to each of the areas. So therefore, I have the 3 clerics, which are the normal priests, and that the high priest will be one with a appropriate colored coat. So therefore, I have a green-coated villager to act as my high priest for water. Yes, I know that means a nitwit there, but that's what works in that case. Therefore, I'm using a librarian for the air high priest. Now, we didn't have a red coat, so therefore I decided to have a armor smith for the fire, since I felt that would be the most appropriate, and a farmer, of course, for the earth. And that's the way that we have a high priest for each of them who's distinct from the rest of the clerics. Now comes the joy of water placement. And seeing if I could do this without, well, without anything going too wrong in there. So let's get our, so yeah, start out with an infinite water supply and then see what you can do after that. And here and here. Alright. Well, it's going to require a lot of swimming across, but I should be able to get this through eventually. That finished up faster than I expected. Well then, that's one set done. Now all I've got to do is to do another layer, and I'm sure that'll be even more joyous than the first layer was. Oh. Ah, the joys of working with water. And they're getting around to actually change all of the mechanics for it. If I could get into the snapshots, I'll be able to see that. Alright, here we go. Yeah. These things are a little bit more buoyant in the new version, which will maybe help with things a little bit. Because for now, things being not buoyant at all makes this whole thing quite a bit tougher. Good. Now, just add a few source blocks up here. And I figure we could get ourselves a little bit of a water flow. Actually, let's put it at this level right here. I suppose I'm going to need to add prismarine to the back there so that so that it'll look proper. There you go, and there you go. Water there, water there. Now let's do it to the other side. And there you have it. One cistern. Just as you need water for a ballroom such as this, you're also going to need food. So therefore, we'll also need some kitchens. Yes, we do have a kitchen upstairs, but that's a bit of a distance from this, and that's designed to serve the upstairs barracks banquet area. But for the ballroom, the fancier eating location, we're going to need our own little kitchen. So therefore, I am going to add a kitchen. Yes, and this kitchen is part of the official module. And what I'm going to be doing here is to be placing, let's put this here for a moment. We'll just have an area right here. The kitchen is going to be opening up right into this section, because right now we go 1, 2, 3 for that. So therefore, these 3 are going to be for the kitchen. We'll go right here. And this is going to go in a few, then it's going to open up into a kitchen area, and we'll see what we can do about that. The kitchen is 8 by 4. I am currently going in the direction that is, or actually 12 by 6. Sorry, not 8 by 4. 12 by 6. That's 3. 4, a 5, and then 6. So this is as far as we're going to go for in this dimension. We're then going to head out 3 in this way and then 6 down in this direction. Based on the sounds that I'm hearing, I think I'm getting pretty close to the sheep farm. Actually, that makes sense. It could be that the kitchen that I'm building here might be pretty close to right under the other kitchen, and the other kitchen is right around the same place where the sheep farm is, because I put the sheep farm in an area that was in the original module, the barracks feeding hall. So I guess that makes sense. Here are the dimensions over here. Now, here, the original module shows a little bit of a 10 by 10 area over here. I thought that this would be good for probably the pantry within the kitchen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this as a nice place for chests. And that'll go up like that. Actually, since we're talking about a pantry here, I'll have a wooden top instead. And most likely I'll replace that with something with probably is slab or something like that, so that we can have 3 levels of chests without any trouble there. So therefore, that's what this little area is going to be. And I'll just do the side like this to bring that all the way through, then add 3 sets of chests up there. You of course also need a good place to put a crafting table. Now the ovens are going to be down there and there, so I would say right smack in the middle would be a good place for a crafting table. So we'll inset that into the wall. Right over there. So we'll put this... what's the best way of handling that? Let's just put this here for now. Then we'll figure out later on. This is a kitchen. Probably an inset crafting table is probably not the best idea, but I noticed that there is another corridor on the back there, so obviously it's not a good place to have something inset there. So we'll just put the crafting table right there. Little place to chop meats and all that fun stuff. I might extend it out a little bit or have some sort of extra decoration. We'll get to that in a moment. But I want that there so that we can create what we need here. As I said before, that I will need some slabs there so that we can put this up here, put this up here. Probably make that there. And do the same thing here. Just put our oops. No, we want to have the same pattern that we have over there, over there. Actually, it's probably not going to mean much anyway, since we are going to be placing our chests right over here, because that means we're going to need some chests in order to get anything done right here. Let's see, that's going to give us 8 chests. We only need 6 of them in order to achieve what we want. Let's put this here. Constantly not enough room for this. Okay, put this over here, and we've got chests. Oops. And now we have chests. So I could put some nice foods, extra food all in here, and this could represent the pantry for our kitchen. Now, let me fill this in, then we can think about the ovens. I just figured out why I was a bit surprised about the corridor being there, and that is because this is the wall. I had cut out the area which to place the new wall, and I just simply forgot that I had already carved out that sections. Therefore, what I want to do is do that. I'm going to run out of wood very quickly. There you go. We'll put then that area right over there. And these two areas where we will be putting the ovens. So what should we do with the ovens? Now everything seems to be lined up a little bit better. I think that for this area, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the back wall cobble. So I think cobble would be a little bit more appropriate to where you have the ovens, especially rather than the wood section that you have over there. And yeah, what we'll do is we'll have the ovens go like this, and we'll make ourselves some furnaces. We'll try 6 of these, see what this does. And what I'll do with the furnaces will be to place them right here. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. There we have it. So now let's put some coal into each of the furnaces so that they'll be nice. I don't know if I'm actually going to be doing any stuff using these furnaces. It's possible that I may if I just had to be in the area and I needed to do several things in parallel, because this is obviously, with 6 of them, it's a good place in which to do stuff in parallel, though it's not set up as an auto smelter or anything like that. It's just there mainly for decorative purposes. Therefore, I have a bit of a kitchen, pantry, cooking area, and well, this is symmetrical with the coming in. It's not, of course, symmetrical with the back wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 3 more of these things. And just think of it as one long workbench for there. And there we have a kitchen. I have to think if there's anything else I want to put in here at some point, but I think that'll at least get the idea across for the moment. And also, I've run out of time for today, where we have managed to get our cistern there, which is more my decorative build, and then slightly less decorative here in the kitchen, though I think it's probably built up better than some of the other rooms that I have so far in the area. And next time, I'll have to come up with something, because I'm making quite a bit of progress here on the 2nd level. And I have to think about what we want to see next on it. But that's for next time, in the next episode of Piney Plays of Minecraft Welstopia.